Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, everyone? Thank you so much for being here, taking your time, and coming into this session. I believe that this session is going to change and transform you into a wonderful speaker, inshallah ta'ala. This is something that you have been waiting all your life, and it's happening right now. Before we start, I would like to tell you something that as a Muslim, we always say, Qaddar Allahu ma sha fa'al. I had intended to do this session through Zoom meeting, where I would have been able to record this session and then share the recordings with you all as well. But as Almighty Allah wills, it happens. Zoom is not working right now, neither WhatsApp is working, so that's why it took me 15 more minutes to start this session. But I believe we all are here to learn, to explore new things, and just because Zoom is not working, it's not going to hinder us, inshallah ta'ala. If anybody among you is able to record this session, I would highly appreciate that very thing. If you can record this session and then send me the recording, that will be your kindness. Thank you so much for that. So with that, we are going to start today's session, inshallah ta'ala. Give me a yes in the chat box. Are you ready? Everyone? Great, mashallah. Wonderful. As we all know, the topic of today's session is speaking English fluently. We all know it. So here we will be discussing all the tactics, all the things, all the tips and tricks that we need as a speaker to have so that we can speak English fluently as we do in our native language. I believe most of you are from Kashmir and your native language is Kashmiri. So the way we speak Kashmiri, we will be able to speak English in the same manner. So that's our agenda for this session. And this session is going to be ready with that. It's going to be for about an hour to 1.5 hours. Before that, I believe everyone has a pen and a paper with them because you are going to note down a lot of things. In the PPT, there is nothing much to share with you, but the things that you have to note down are during the session, whatsoever I would be talking about, and the things that you will be observing me as a speaker. You have to note them down and then you will learn from them as well. With that, I'm ready to change to the first slide. That's this. You have already seen this. If you're not in the group, then please join our group. There I will be doing many free sessions, inshallah ta'ala. This WhatsApp community is for you for free of cost. There is another group associated with this that you don't have to join because that's for the premium members only. Going ahead. This is our agenda of today's session. I will start with the introduction that is already done and a little bit is remaining. Then I will have a simple request to all of you, and then we will start with our main content. Then we will be having tips and tricks, and then followed by the question and answer session towards the end of the session, inshallah ta'ala. Now, introduction. In the introduction, many of you might be knowing me and many of you might not be knowing me. So for all of you who know me and for all of you who do not know me, I am Omaid Ayoub. I am known as a communication skills trainer who is on a mission to impact 1 million people to transform their lives. This is where I come from and this is what I aim for. And I believe that by the end of this session, you all are going to learn the tactics, the things that a wonderful and a powerful speaker needs to have, inshallah ta'ala. With that, we can switch to another slide. That is, I have a request to all of you right now. Please have a pen and paper with you, sit in a calm and comfortable position. With that, keep an eye on everything that I'm going to share with you. Keep your ears here, keep your eyes here, everything. Second, if during the session you get a question, you have any question, please write it down. I will give you time to ask the questions. Even I will give you time to speak during the session. You will be given time to speak during the session as well. If anyone has to speak anything or has a question, please note it down. Towards the end of the session, I will take your questions as well. Till then, please be patient, be a good listener, and inshallah ta'ala, this is going to be a wonderful session for every one of you, inshallah ta'ala. With that, we are now ready to go into it. That is, I believe that communication plus speaking English fluently is something that can do wonders for you. Be it your career, be it your education, be it your job, be it at workplace, be it you have to give a presentation, be it you have to switch to another place, you have to go to abroad, you have to apply anywhere, be it you name it, it's going to have an impact there. And I truly believe that you too feel that there is a need for all of us to speak English fluently. Why? Because English is a language that is spoken worldwide. Wherever you go into the world, you will find people who speak English. So with English language, your doors to opportunity opens up. That is where you find many opportunities waiting for you. But if you're somebody who gets stuck when it comes to speaking in English, then those doors are shut on your face. So for that, you have to learn to how to speak English fluently. And I believe that's why we are here. Before going into this, I want to assure you that when I started my journey of speaking English, it wasn't like I am doing it right now. I too have started my journey with just my name is Omaid, and with all these things. It was really very hard for me. Wait a while. Okay. It was really very hard for me to learn English. But your patience, your perseverance, and your determination defines where you end up in life. That's how I started it. Am I visible to everyone? I think something happened to this. Okay, it's good. Now, we are ready to go. Yeah. First and the foremost thing that you have to remember as a beginner, that is, speaking without hesitation does not mean speaking quickly. These are two different things. Speaking quickly is something different. Speaking without hesitation is something different. If you see somebody who is speaking very quickly English, that does not mean he is speaking without hesitation. Sometimes you will see people rushing. They are speaking like a gun, but that does not mean that they are confident. They sometimes skip words, they sometimes skip the pronunciation. So, this we have to remember. If in the starting as a beginner you go slow, that's completely fine. Until and unless you are clear with your words, you are clear with pronunciation, and you are able to make other person understand what you want to convey them. That's the main agenda of this thing. That speaking without hesitation does not mean speaking quickly. So if you want to speak without hesitation, you have to give yourself time, just like I am doing it right now. I am being very kind with this and speaking softly. Why? Because this is giving me time to think, process, and then utter what I want to convey to you. It's really important. Keep it in mind. Speaking without hesitation does not mean speaking quickly. Clear with that? Good. I believe everyone is with me. Okay, great. Now, the second thing that we have to keep in mind, that is we have to focus upon the smoothness of our speech. You as a speaker have to focus on the smoothness of your speech. The more smooth your speech is, the more people will remain aligned with you. The more people will be hooked to you from the starting till the end, inshallah ta'ala. That's what we have to understand. You have to understand that when you speak slowly, you give your audience time to absorb, to be there, and to learn from you. Otherwise, if I start like speaking like this, you won't be able to understand anything. But when I speak slowly, softly, and with pauses, you will be able to understand, absorb, and be with me during the session. That's the main point. That is what the smoothness means. Second, in the smoothness, when we talk about smoothness, it means you don't use complex words, those kind of bombastic words. If you think speaking fluent English means having a bombastic or jargons in your vocabulary, then you're wrong. Why? Because you have to use simple words when you want to convey something to other person. It's really very simple. When we talk to somebody in our native language, do we use those kind of tough language or tough words so that they don't understand what we are trying to make them understand? No, not at all. What is the point of language? What is the point of talking to them? Just to clear our stance, just to make them understand things. So, for that, we have to be very simple, clear, and structured. That's the main point. Good with this point? Great. Now, this is most important thing. When we talk, if you start talking fast and if you start talking without taking pauses, you will be, all these things will happen to you. And these are called fillers. Fillers are of two types. We have filler sounds and we have filler words. Filler sounds are like these happen. Why? Because wherein you do not have words, you fill that gap with these sounds. Same happens with the filler words. Wherein you do not know what to say, you will use like, you will use you know, you will use and all these things. You have to recognize your fillers, be it your filler sounds or be it your filler words. How will you do that? By recording yourself. Just go and record a 5-minute video of yourself or on a recorder, and then you will be able to analyze, to recognize what kind of fillers you have and what kind of filler sounds you have. I believe by this time, many of you would have now got an idea what kind of filler word they have. For me, it was so, and I worked upon it, and now I do not use it much, but it is still there. So we have to work upon it. How we can work upon it? By just First of all, we have to get to know what kind of a filler word or what kind of a filler sound we have. Then only we can eliminate it. So for that, you have to record yourself and then analyze your speech to see what kind of filler sounds and words you have. That's your task, inshallah ta'ala. Moving to next slide. Here we have. As a beginner, we always do this mistake. We haven't spoken the first sentence yet, and we start thinking of another sentence. That's where this thing comes in. Remember, you have to complete your sentence first before thinking about what to say next. Many of us do this mistake that even before we complete speaking the first sentence, we are already into the process of thinking about the second sentence. That is where these fillers come in, and that is where our fluency decreases. It dates us back to the first slide wherein we talked about speaking without hesitation does not mean speaking quickly. So remember, whenever you have to talk, whenever you have to do a presentation or whatsoever it is, first complete your sentence and then give a pause. That will help you process and think clear and better and then utter the second sentence. Just like I am doing it right now. I'm speaking a sentence, then I'm giving a little bit pause, then I'm speaking another sentence. Same you have to do when you have to give a presentation or when you are in a conversation with anyone. Good with that? Good. Now, we have this thing wherein you will avoid using well, okay, etc. Why? Because if you start your speech with well, I am here, this will ruin your impression on your audience, and your audience will get to know that you are nervous, you are not a wonderful speaker, and you are not even prepared to deliver the speech. So whenever you have to start your speech, never ever start your speech with so, well, and all these fillers. Never ever do so. Be very strict about it. If you are following me on social media, you would have seen my reels and my videos, that how I start my videos without all these words. Why? Because people judge you in the first 3 seconds. You have got just 3 seconds to catch and to attract them towards yourself. If you can do it in those 3 seconds, you are a wonderful speaker. If you can't, you are nowhere present there. Remember it. So this is something that you have to remember. Now, cover up time. What is this? I was already doing this thing from the start. It means giving yourself a pause wherein you give yourself the time to think of the reasons or anything that you have been asked for. Let me give you an example. What if somebody among you asks me a question and I directly, when he or she finishes asking me the question, I directly go to answer his or her question. I will fumble. But if I take 3 seconds, when the question is asked, after that I take 3 seconds. Those 3 seconds will give me that time wherein I will be able to think of towards the question, regarding the answer, regarding the reasons, or I will be able to structure my answer. That's wherein this cover up time comes in. Just like I'm doing it right now. When I'm taking a pause, it means I am thinking about something that I have to talk next. That's what you will be doing. As a beginner, it might feel to you that, oh, it's way more difficult to do. But believe me, when you start practicing this, when you start it doing on daily basis, you will love it and you will see yourself transforming into a wonderful speaker, inshallah ta'ala. Now, coming to this thing, repeat lines with similar meanings. What does it mean? It means there are, you can say one sentence in multiple forms and it will be the same thing. Just there will be a difference of words in it. Just like I have here. I would say Omaid is a speaker, or I will say Omaid is a good speaker. And then I will say Omaid has got a knack for communication skills, or Omaid has got a knack for speaking. Same thing, but with different words. This is a hack. You can use this in your speeches. If sometimes you have to repeat something during your speech or during your conversation, try to use this thing. Use different words for the same sentence. Got it? Can anyone give me a sentence in the chat box? Anyone in the chat box? Just like I did it right now. Omaid is a good speaker, and then I'm saying that Omaid has got a knack for speaking. That too means that Omaid is a good speaker. Anyone in the chat box? No one? Okay, you're typing. Keep it up. See. Oh, mashallah. Great. Here, what you have to remember is you have to internalize this language. Right now, I am speaking in front of you. Am I teaching you something? No, not at all. Why? Because language is not a subject that I can teach you. It is something that you will pick up. How did you learn your native language? If you're from Kashmir, how did you learn your Kashmiri? Just by listening to people around you. When you were a little small kid of maybe 1 year or 1.5 years old, people around you were talking in Kashmiri and you were picking those words one by one. First, you started with Mama, Mom, Ammi, Muaj, Mual, and then gradually you started piling up those words. And then came a time wherein you were able to speak a single sentence. Same goes with the English language. First and foremost thing what we will be doing is we will be listening English as much as we can. This exercise you are doing right now. I am speaking only in English and you are listening it in English. Second, what you have to do is you should have words. You should have words with which you can make sentences. So that's really important. Then you have to start speaking one by one, one by one. We have many things around me. I have this book. I will be sharing this book with you also, inshallah. So, what do we call this in English? It's a book. Okay. What do we call this in English? It's a pen. Same. What do we call this in English? Is a glass. Likewise, I have here a window. Here are curtains. Here is my watch. Here is my hoodie. All these things. You have to pile up the words in your vocabulary. Then only you will be able to speak English fluently. I'll be moving forward a little bit. Yes. Now, this is important. Keep an eye towards me. Being able to talk about variety of subjects. When I say this, it means you should have knowledge of different things. Then only you will be able to talk or speak fluently in English. When we speak our native language, we can speak about anything in our native language, because we have been catered in such an environment wherein everyone speaks that language, and be it from going to tailor, boarding a transport, going to school, going from grocery shopping, or anything. We can speak about anything in our native language. Same goes with English. When you want to speak fluently English, you should be able to talk about variety of subjects. The subject can be, it can be personal life, it can be social life, it can be regarding friends, it can be regarding the latest thing that came into the market, it can be about technology, it can be about subjects, it can be about medical sciences, it can be about religion, it can be about, you name it, anything. So you should be able to speak about, to speak on variety of topics that will give you an edge over others. If you give me a topic on anything, you can give me any topic, I will take maybe 10 seconds, and then I will structure my processes on that very topic, and then I will start speaking about it. Why? Because I have trained myself in such a way that I have kept some words from every part of uh, things, or every part of knowledge, some words, and then I can add up those words, and I can give you a structured answer, or I can talk for 3 to 4 minutes on that very topic. Same will happen with you when you will start all these things that I have shared so far with you, and those I'm going to share with you in the upcoming slides, inshallah ta'ala. I believe till here you all are with me. We are on the same page right now. Are we? Please type yes in the chat box. I really want to see the yeses in the chat box. Is it only me who is excited about this session, or you two all are excited? Very good, mashallah. Great. Now, when we say fluency, what does it mean? It means speaking with speed. You have to maintain a speed wherein you have around 120 to 130 words per minute. But as a beginner, you do not have to worry about the number of words that you are going to talk or that you are going to speak in 1 minute. But remember, a minimum of 120 to 130 words per minute is an effective speed that you as a speaker should have. Good with that? That is what effective speed means. But as a beginner, when we are beginner, we have to focus on clarity, we have to focus on words, and we have to focus on being very good with our speech, the smoothness of our speech. And then the speed comes by itself. When you have everything at your side, then the speed follows. Same goes when we go for typing, we learn typing. In the first place, it's like 10 words per minute. When we practice, it goes to 20 words per minute. Then more practice, it goes to 30 words per minute. Then we keep on doing practice, and we reach a point wherein we have a speed of 80 or 90 words per minute. And there are many people who have 100 words per minute speed. How does it happen? It happens with practice. Same goes with your speaking skills. If you really want to increase your speed, you have to practice it a lot. I mean by it. Now, this is something. What happened? Okay. Yeah. This is wherein we who are not native speakers of English, we make mistakes right now. Here. What we do is we think of something in our native language, and then we try to translate it into English. And then when it comes to speak, we fumble. Why? Because our brain has to do a lot of work. It has to first think of think of a sentence or think of something, and then it has to translate every single thing into English, and then it has to remember that, and then it has to speak. That is where we fumble. That's where we do not get fluent in English. Now, how we can think in English? That's the important question. Has it happened with any one of you that whenever somebody asks you a question, you think about that very question first in your native language, and then you try to translate it, and then you try to speak it. And when you try to speak it, you forget the words. Yeah, it happens. It has happened with me as well. When I started my English language journey, I too used to do the same thing. I used to think in English or Urdu, then I tried to translate all those words into English, and then I tried to fit them into a sentence and then speak. But this is the worst mistake that you can make. Give me a second. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Now, how we can think in English? First thing, words. We have to remember words of English. Just like I told you right now. What is this? This is a book or this is a copy. Same. What is this? This is a watch. These are all words. You will remember words. Whatever you see in or outside your home, at your workplace, in your environment, everywhere. Remember what this thing is called in English. You have to remember these things. This is the hardest part, and you have to do this. This is something I have here. What do we call it in English? Kangu. But if I have to speak about it in English, I have to remember its name in English. Yeah, it's comb. So when I remember its name, now I can talk about it in English. Now I can speak. So this is an edge that remembering words gives you. Whatever is around you, whatever you see, name it. You saw a refrigerator, you know, okay, it's a refrigerator. You saw there, oh, it's a bulb, it's a fan. Okay, these are curtains. Okay, this is a window. Okay, this is a glass. Okay, this is iron. This is stainless steel. All these words, when they pile up, they give you edge to be fluent in English. That's what you have to do. This is the hardest part, but you have to do it. Make a habit of learning 10 words every single day. New 10 words every single day, and that will be adding to your vocabulary. Words, 10 words every single day, and then make a sentence with them. Now, the second thing, that is sentences. Now, when you have words, now move to sentences. Now, we have two kind of sentences. One is a short sentence. Just like I will say, I am a teacher. It's a short sentence. I am a student. Short sentence. I work at Delhi Public School. Short sentence. I do not work there, but it's just a sentence. Same goes, I work for. Now, when I say I work at Delhi Public School, it's a short sentence. Now I will add more words to it. I work at Delhi Public School for 10 long hours. Now this is a long sentence. How was I able to make this long sentence? With small words. First, I started with words, then small sentences, and then a long sentence. And when you do this, then you have to move to think about an incident, and then you will start narrating this incident in English. I will give you an example. If somebody says me, okay, can you please describe your day? Now this is an incident. I will start thinking, okay, I will say to them, I wake up daily at 6 a.m. in the morning. Then, after getting refreshed, I go to the masjid, I pray salah there. Then, I do the morning adhkar, and then I go for a morning walk. Then I come from there and I go for Quran classes, and then so on, so on. Now, this incident I can narrate whole day in English. But how is it possible? It all started with the words. When I have all the words, okay, what do we call the walk that I do in the morning? It's called morning walk. Okay, what do you call it? All these things will pile up, and then only you will be able to speak about an incident. Clear with that? This is the framework wherein you can directly think in English. Now, there must be this question. So, what will happen when we will speak in English, when we will think in English, how it's going to help us? See how it's going to help you. We think in our brain, and then when we have to speak with our jaws, with our tongue, with our teeth. There is a coordination between your mouth and your brain. If your thinking is different and then your coordination with your mouth is not happening, you will fumble. Because you have been all your life till now, you have been trained for your native language. You were thinking in your native language and you were speaking the native language, or you were thinking in Urdu and you were speaking in Urdu as well. But now, when you have started thinking in English, now your mouth will have to coordinate with it, and it will take time. And it takes time. It has taken time for me as well. So, as a beginner, don't lose hope. It will happen. It will happen. Why? Because when you start thinking in English, it will coordinate the same way you were thinking in Urdu and then speaking Urdu. Same way it will happen with you when you start thinking English, and you will be able to speak in English as well. This is something that you have to take care of. This is the most important thing. If you don't remember anything from this session, but remember this thing, keep a mark on this and do this every single day. Now, moving forward, this is important. That, wait, yeah. The pace of speaking English should reach your pace in your native language. What does that mean? The way you speak Urdu, the way you speak Kashmiri, same should happen with your English. Here, I want to make you understand one thing. English is a language, and speaking it fluently is something that you can master. It's like a habit. You can master it. It's not something that anybody is God gifted. This is something that you can master. How you can master it? Same. You have to practice it daily. You have to practice it daily. The way you speak Urdu or Kashmiri in your day to day life, you have to switch now to what? English. Be the conversations with your friend, speak in English. Be a conversation at your home, speak in English. You won't ask your mother, sorry. You won't ask your mother food, tea, glass of water, anything. Speak in English, ask in English. All these things will help you to get to a pace wherein your pace in your native language is same as your pace in the English. That's your second or third language. Got it? That's how you can match the pace of your language. We have in take it. Okay. Yeah. This is something that we lack in Kashmir. Here, if you start as a in your friend circle, if you are the only person who speaks English, your friends are going to mock you. They will be like, hey, our points are like saying Angrezi karum bas manches you boss. Rather than encouraging you that okay, you are doing something new, you are on a journey of exploring some new horizons. Rather than encouraging you, they are always there to pull you down. Because what they can't do themselves, they don't want you to do as well. But if you are fortunate enough to have a circle who pushes you forward, who gives you that encouragement, then you are the luckiest one. And hold on to those people who really help you in getting better every single day. That's the most important thing that you have to keep in mind. Now, Okay, before we go to this, I want to share something that I have made notes of here. See, when we talk about thinking in English, how we can think in English, again coming to that very thing. When I say you that words, how many words can you give me in English? If I ask you to write words starting with A, and I will give you a time of 1 minute, how many words you can write down? Let's start it right now. Let's do this exercise. Your time starts now. Write as many words as you can starting with letter A and then send to the chat. Or if you do not want to send through the chat, please write on your notebook as many words as you remember. Your time is, you have left 30 seconds. As many words as you can write, as many words as you can. Ten seconds. Okay, your time is up. MashaAllah. Wonderful. Now count the words, how many words you have you have been able to write down. Count them. Okay. Pakiza, 12. Okay, Wani, 12. Anyone else? 20, MashaAllah. Anyone else? Okay, others, if you have jotted down them on your notebook, please count them. Do this exercise every single day. What will happen? This will force your brain to remember words, to look for the words so that whenever any situation arises wherein you have to speak about something, you have words at your bay and you can talk easily. That's what you have to do. So this is what you can do. Now, regarding this, how you can go get to that pace wherein you are in your native language. The only solution to this is record yourself. You will be recording yourself and then you will be analyzing yourself. Okay, where I have to improve myself. Because that is the only thing that I also have been doing for the last 8 years. I have been continuously recording myself, analyzing my speeches, analyzing my body language, analyzing how I sound when I talk, everything. And that has helped me a lot. And my students also, and it has also helped my students as well. So this is something that you have to do on a regular basis. And if you have somebody, what happened to this? Wait a moment. It was a timer here. Okay. Where did it go? Recording yourself. And if you have somebody who can analyze your speech, who can give you a positive feedback, a constructive feedback, not just a positive feedback, a constructive feedback, wherein they will be analyzing your speech, analyzing your video, and then telling you, okay, here you have to improve yourself. Here you are going good, keep it up. Here you are below average. You have to put in efforts here so that you can go make it better in next turn. That's what you have to do. Now, listening and absorbing. Whenever we talk about speaking fluently, what comes to our mind? Only speaking, that I have to be a good speaker, I have to be a good speaker. But note down this thing. For being a wonderful speaker, you have to be a wonderful listener first. Until and unless you do not listen, you can't be a wonderful speaker. Take it from me. So you have to listen, and second is you have to absorb. It's not just you will listen. See, what if I am talking in front of all of you right now, and by the end of the session, I'm going to ask you questions. What if none of you was able to answer anything? What does that sound? It means you are just listening but not absorbing. You were there, okay, he is saying something, okay, let him speak. But if you were very attentive, if you were really into it, you would have been absorbing the things as well, not just listening. That's what we call as active listening. We have to actively listen to the other person, not to react, but to respond. If you are having a one-on-one conversation with somebody and they are sharing something with you, one is you will be listening. Okay, you are giving them a listening ear and they are telling you, you are going, okay. But one is active listening. You are actively listening to them and you are actively seeing, okay, okay, this happened. What happened after that? It means that you were actively listening and you were following them. That's what absorbing means. You have to listen and absorb those things as well. And when you do this, then you will start, the fluency will come by itself. The more you listen to this English language, the more you start absorbing it, the more you will see changes in your body language as well. When we speak in Kashmiri, go and see it. When we speak in Kashmiri, we do not use much of our hands. But when we start speaking in English, our body language changes abruptly. And same goes with when we start speaking Arabic. Your body language completely changes. So that's an edge when you have multiple languages at your bay. You can when you have multiple languages at your bay, that's an edge for you. There it's like you have multiple personalities. Being a Kashmiri, you have a different personality. When you speak in Urdu, you have got a different personality, and when you speak in English, it's completely a different personality. And that's the beauty of language. That's what I love most about language. Now, thank you. Okay, thank you. I will have it. Now, this is something that will build your confidence. Many of you keep asking me, what is confidence? To me, confidence is being prone to commit mistakes. If you are somebody who is ready to make mistakes, then you are confident, and confidence will come to you, and there will be no one like you in that room. But if you are not ready to make mistakes, you can never ever be confident about anything. So that's why don't be afraid of making mistakes. As a beginner, when you will start, you will fumble. When you will start, rather than saying have, you will be saying having. Rather than saying done, you will be saying do. Rather than saying I am, you will be saying I was. All these things will happen. Even sometimes you have to use a word, you will use a different word. I do this with my Arabic. If you ask one of my friend, okay, how is Umaid's Arabic? He will tell you what I do with Arabic. But that is how I will learn it. Because if I have fear of making mistakes, if I become conscious about not making mistakes, I'm not going to learn. But when I know, okay, this is my learning period and I know I'm going to commit mistakes, and that's completely fine. That's how I will learn. Then only I will be able to learn. Same goes with English language. If you are somebody who is ready to make mistakes, who is ready to do whatever it takes to speak fluently, then this fluency will come to you. Otherwise, it won't. So be ready to make mistakes, be ready to learn from your mistakes, and be ready to explore new horizons. That's what I mean from this, that you don't be afraid of making mistakes. Now, be proud of yourself and be happy. Why? Because when you start being proud of who you are, it gives you a boost in your confidence. How does this proud come from? This comes from, okay, I started last year. That year I wasn't even able to utter a single word, but right now I'm able to speak two sentences. This is a win. It means I can do. It means if I push myself a little bit more, I can do more. For me, it was like when I did my first podcast, that gave me a boost. Like, okay, I was able to do this. Now I can go a little bit much higher, inshallah ta'ala. And how I was able to go for the first podcast. That too, I had already given many presentations during my college days. I have been giving live lectures. I have been attending live lectures and talking in those live lectures as well. That gave me the boost. Those small wins add up and they give you the boost to your confidence. That is what makes me happy and that's what makes me proud of myself. It's not like arrogance that you have to be arrogant about yourself. Somebody is there and they are telling you, here you are wrong, and you are like, no, I know everything. No, that it's not about that. It's about celebrating your small wins, the wins that you only you know that how you came here. I know how these 8 years have uh, made me and how these 8 years were struggling and how these 8 years were difficult for me. Only I know it. Nobody else knows it. And that's why I am proud of myself because I have been able to do it. Same when you will start speaking, when you will start this journey, you too will feel proud of yourself and that will make you happy, inshallah ta'ala. With that, also remember the language, it's not a subject that I talked about earlier as well. It's not a subject, it's something that is picked. You catch it. You cannot make anybody learn it. You just have to catch it. The more you catch it, the more you can speak it. That makes us to this practice, practice, and practice. The more you practice, the more you go good at it, and how you can improve by recording yourself. The more you record, I watch every single podcast of myself and then I look for the errors, then I look for the mistakes that I have done in that podcast, and then I say to myself, okay, this is how I should have said it, or this is how I should have used my gestures. When I'm in a next podcast, I have to keep in mind all these things. That's how what recording yourself does, and that's how you do the practice. For you as a beginner, start with mirroring. Go stand in front of a mirror and start talking to that. And nowadays we all have mobile phones just like we are doing it right now. So we have a mobile phone. Speak to yourself on a video, shoot yourself, record a video of yourself and talk to yourself, and then analyze yourself and see where you have to improve, what kind of sentences you have to cut down, what kind of words you have to cut down, and what kind of actions you have to take. All these things will be, you can analyze all these things only when you record yourself. Coming to another thing, that is structuring your speech. It's really important. If you do not structure your speech, people are not going to listen to you. What if I had started my speech with something and then I went to something else and then something else? None of you would have stayed till now with me. But the structure that I have given to my speech, this made you stay here and this made you to listen to me. Same, you have to do it. Whenever you have to give a speech, you have to present an argument, structure it. Starting, main, and the ending. It should be there. There should be a starting point, there should be the main body of your speech, and there should be the ending of your speech, wherein when your audience leaves, they know, okay, the speaker started with this thing and then they talked about this and then they leave us with this thing. That's really important for every one of you. This, every one of us does this. Don't we talk to ourselves? Yes, we all talk to ourselves, and research shows that the many of us, most of the time, we are talking to ourselves. And when you're talking to yourself, talk to yourself in English. Don't talk to yourself in your native language. Start talking to yourself in English. And one more thing, start talking to yourself in English with positive affirmations. Never ever use negative words for yourself, because your brain does not understand what is negative, what is positive. Your brain only understands, wait a while. Your brain only understands what you feed it. Whatsoever you feed it, it will accept it. So you have to be very careful about what you are feeding your brain. That's really important. And start talking to yourself in English. That's what is going to make you a fluent and a powerful speaker, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, I will take all these questions later, inshallah. You keep them there. Now, start doing and stop being shy. This is what you have to do. If you're somebody like me, like I was 2 or 3 years ago, I used to think a lot about everything. Okay, I can do this, I can do that. If I do it like this, I was only on thinking mode, but never doing it. But by the time I started doing things, everything changed. That transformed me into somebody who I am right now. So you too have to do it. Start doing and stop being shy. Don't pay attention to anybody, what people are going to talk about me, what people are going to say about me. Remember, until and unless you are on the right track, you don't have to pay attention to anybody. That's it. That's the formula that you have to remember. And start doing. Even it's just taking a small action, just recording a 2 minutes video of yourself. I'm not saying that you go and record and post it on the social media. No, that's not the point. The point is you have to record yourself so that you can analyze yourself. That is the point. And that's where you will start. From today, what you can do is go in front of a mirror and talk to yourself for 1 minute, for 2 minutes. In the first place, it will be weird. You will be like, oh, I'm crazy, what I am doing it. But when you start it doing on a daily basis, you will see a great change in yourself, inshallah ta'ala. Now, the most trickiest part, tongue twisters. It's important. What happens with tongue twisters? The clarity that you get is with the tongue twisters. Sometimes when we talk, we skip some syllables, we skip some sounds, and we skip some words. These things hinder our clarity. So if you want clarity, start with tongue twisters. You all have many tongue twisters. Without coming onto microphone, without clicking the microphone, please, every one of you, at your side, recite this tongue twister. Read it. Read it aloud if you are in your family, wherever you are. Read it aloud. And I too will do it. It really helps a lot. A big black bear bit a big black bug, and the big black bug bled black blood. You have to do it many times and that fast. There are many tongue twisters you can use, and they give you a wonderful clarity. I just have given here just one tongue twister. You can go to Google and find many tongue twisters that will help you. And one more exercise that I had shared already, this pen exercise. You will put it in your mouth like this, and then you will talk. Better is to do this with a tongue twister, like I will do it right now. A big black bear bit a big black bug, and the big black bug bled black blood. That's what you have to do. This is something that gives you clarity. And when you are practicing it, you have to exaggerate your mouth movements. The more you do it, the more clarity you get. That's what you have to do. Remember it. Same. This thing I have been talking about from the beginning. English is a language, it's not a subject. Remember it. And language is picked, language is not learned. The more you listen to it, the more you speak, the more you remember it, the more you can get fluent at it. So listen to it, speak it, write it, and you are good to go. That's what you have to do. This is what most of the beginners do wrong. Whenever it comes to speaking, they think that speaking means English speaking means I have to learn grammar. No, not at all. We have many people who are exceptionally wonderful at grammar, but they do not know how to speak a single word in English. Same goes with Arabic. We have many teachers out there who know Arabic grammar, but they can't speak Arabic. We have many people out there who know everything about Urdu grammar, but they can't speak it that much. Same goes with us. We do not know anything about Kashmiri language, but can anybody speak Kashmiri like us? Not at all. So we have to remember it. As a beginner, don't go into grammar. Don't study grammar in the first place. In the first place, start listening to English. And in the second place, start speaking in English. And then, when you are good with this, then you will be chucking your grammar. How you will do that? You are thinking about something, let us write it down or let us record it on my microphone, on my phone. And then I will analyze, okay, I have spoken this sentence or I have written this sentence. Is there any grammatical mistake? And then you will come to know. But in the beginning, in the first place, don't go and study grammar just because you want to learn speaking. Grammar is not for speaking. Remember it. Yeah, in writing, you have to be focused on grammar. But when it comes to speaking, don't give attention to grammar. Grammar is not for speaking. I too had when I started this session, from that till now and till the end of the session, I would have committed many mistakes in grammar. If here is anybody who is an English grammarian, he or she could have found many mistakes in my speaking. But does that stop me from speaking? Not at all. Speaking is something different, and being caught into grammar, that is something different. So, as a beginner, don't start with grammar. Start with speaking and listening. That's what you have to learn. Now, learn from everyone. What does it mean? It does not mean in terms of knowledge that you have to learn from everyone. No. In terms of language, in terms of English, listen, see how this speaker speaks, how what kind of tonality they have, what kind of texture they have in their voice, what kind of pronunciation they use, what kind of accent they have. Learn all these things from everyone. But when it comes to knowledge, we have to take knowledge from the ones who are eligible for that very thing. So for knowledge, it's not about knowledge, and it's not related to the religion that I'm saying learn from everyone. No, not at all. Just in terms of learning the language, you can learn from everyone. That's the point here. And then you have to believe in yourself. If you do not believe in yourself, you cannot speak. If you believe that you are a shy speaker, you will always be a shy speaker. If you believe that you are not good at English, you will never ever get better at English. But if you change your mentality, okay, I am capable of learning English, I am capable of speaking English fluently, I am capable of speaking English the way native speakers speak it, then inshallah ta'ala, you will definitely do it. And that's what believing in yourself means. It means believing in your capabilities, believing in your self worth. That's what I mean. It's not just random belief. You know nothing and you start saying, I believe in myself. No, you know your capabilities, you know your abilities, you know that I have come so far and this is all that I have done by myself. And I know if I put in efforts into it, I can be a wonderful speaker as well. That's what I mean by this. And last, when this is when you have to give a speech, you will prepare a script for yourself, and then you have to read it line by line. Read it line by line as many times as you want, so that you can remember most of it. And then when you go to deliver it, you can deliver it within the structure. There will be ups and downs, but when you have practiced it a lot, you will stay to the point, because your audience is something. If you go here and there, they will notice it, that the speaker is not getting thoughts, is not getting the right words, and they are turning away from the topic. and they get to know that. So for that, you have to be prepared with your script when you are giving a speech. This is something that you have to take care of as well. And at last, that is speed reading. How do we do speed reading? It's very easy. Speed reading is done when you read. You have to read fast. You would read fast. Just like if I'm reading any book, I have a book here. Tell why the award is made. Perhaps it's for long service or for winning a constant or for non-negotiable achievement. Explain like this. So you have to be a fast reader. This fast reading will give your mouth movement a signal, and it will make a coordination between your brain and your mouth movements. That way you will be fluent. But and remember this, when you are speaking, you have to remember that sometimes you have to be a little bit fast and sometimes you have to be slow. When you are stressing on some things, you have to be slow. When there is something you want to talk about and it's not very important, then you have to be a little bit fast. That's what speed reading is all about. This is identify pauses. You have to identify your pauses wherein you have to take time. It's important because as a speaker, you know where to guide your audience. They shouldn't guide you, you should guide them. That's what identifying the pauses means. You have to identify where you have to take a pause and where you have to give your audience time to absorb things. I did like right now. I wanted to absorb you this thing, so I took a pause, and that's what you have to do as well. If you listen to great speakers of the world, you will see that they use pauses a lot. That is how they become great. We fear taking pauses. Do not fear taking a pause. Pause is your power, and that's what makes you powerful. And yeah, for speaking, you have to start with forming simple sentences. As simple as it is, like this is a book, this is a glass, this is a watch, this is a hoodie, these are my hair, this is my eye, these are my lips, this is my beard. These are some simple sentences, and you will start with all these simple sentences. The more simple sentences you will form, the more you will get better at it, inshallah ta'ala. This thing, encouraging interaction. Many a times, what we do is we say to ourselves that we are introvert and we cannot talk, we cannot do interactions. But what happens when, as an introvert, you get somebody who aligns with your vibes, who aligns with your thoughts? Then, if you two are left for an hour, for 10 hours, you won't stop speaking to each other. What happens then? It means being an introvert is not inherited. It's not something that you will always be like that. You can be an introvert and at the same time you can be a wonderful communicator as well. So for that, you have to start interacting with people. This is really important. The more you do it, the more you will get better at it, and the more fluency you will get, inshallah ta'ala. And do not say I'm an introvert. You are not an introvert. It's a habit that you have acquired since your childhood because you weren't prone to speak to everyone. But the moment you start to speaking to everyone, this introvertness will vanish. And that I have done as well, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Now, identifying your speaking errors. These are the things that will happen to the later stage when you are now into speaking, and now you have to analyze where you are making mistakes, what kind of slurs you are using, what kind of things you have to cut down from your speeches. All these things will come on later stage wherein you have now started speaking in English. Same goes with okay, we are left with only 5 to 10 minutes. Understand, it's as easy as your native language. The way you have learned your native language, same way you will be learning your this English language as well. This is very important to remember. How we learned our native language? just by listening to it. Same, you will learn English just by listening to it. So start listening as much as you want. Remember, English is evolving just like our native language is evolving. Every language keeps evolving. Same as English is evolving. The same English that used to be spoken during 1600s, it's not the same right now. So you have to adapt yourself. Uh, if you are making mistakes, it's completely fine. Nobody is going to push you, or nobody is going to kick you out of the room that you made this mistake. No, not at all. You are in the beginning, you have every right to make a mistake. So that's what you have to remember. And this is something that will help you a lot. Repetition means retention. The more you repeat something, the more you will retain it in your mind. Our Hufaz do the same. They keep on repeating one surah, and that gets retained in their memory. That's what we have to do. The more we speak English, the more we retain it in our brain, and the more we can be fluent in it, inshallah ta'ala. And fluency is a habit. And the more you do it, the more this habit sharpens, and the more it gets better. Now, how you can do that? That is, you will identify many topics around you and then start speaking on those topics, and they will give you the clarity, they will give you the all the vocabulary that you need. Just like I gave you a topic, your day, a book, my friend, just like we used to do all these things in our school. Take any topic that you want to talk about and start talking about it in English. That's what will give you the fluency. And if you really want that your speaking skills should get better, then this book is for you. The quick and easy way to speaking, to effectively speaking. This is by Dale Carnegie, and it's a wonderful book. I have read it. This is a wonderful book, and this is going to help you, inshallah ta'ala. With that, we complete today's session. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me till the last. It was really an amazing session with all of you. And now I'm going to take your questions. If you have questions, we can have them. Till then, I will have my tea as well. And you can ask me questions now if you have any.